an Amazon original produced by T-Series and Abundantia Entertainment, is the new forest thriller helmed by Newton-famed director Amit Masurkar, starring Vidya Balan, Vijay, Raaz, Neeraj, Kabi, Sharad, Saxena, and Brijendra. It premiered on Amazon Prime today. The no-makeup Vidya Balan playing Vidya Vincent plays a mid-level forest services officer who's sent to jungles of Madhya Pradesh to help a village deal with a tigress on the loose, but ends up surrounded by doubting men, restless villagers, and a sinister plot. Here she is striving to preserve a balance in a world hit by men, including her seniors and local legislators, versus the man-eating tigress called T12. Vincent has to constantly sail in this hostile environment, battling with patriarchal society and the careless attitudes within her department, where a thought of bringing out amends itself is a disillusioned one. So she just keeps moving with the flow for a large part of the movie. After many years of service, Vincent has lost all the required motivation to walk through the career path in a male dominated zone of work, yet joins her work much unaffected by thoughts of idealism anymore and by the pressures of misogyny around her. To her agony, even her not so understanding husband shows less or no interest in her work. I wish the writers would have opened up a little more on the pair's relationship. While the forest officer leads a team of trackers and locals, her journey to righteousness is shown metaphorically to the tigress as she battles some intense obstacles and pressures. Here is a woman of few words dealing with the sensitive topic of coexistence. This seemed like yet another meaty role for Vidya Balan. Ever since her debut with Parinita, she has frequently made bold choices. It would have been so easy to get typecast, but it seems she learned to revel in the freedom of choice over the safety of quintessential Bollywood dramas. The actor took a few missteps before finding her footing, but those notwithstanding, the actor always thought of pushing the envelope. It is definitely no hyperbole to state that Vidya Balan effectively stole the spotlight in these films. She may not have given excellent performances in all of her films, but it cannot be denied that the actor is talented and versatile performer. However, I feel Balan needs to move away from polarized acting, like the level of exuberance she crossed a bit in Shakuntala Devi, and here where she's playing this understated Vincent and her expressions are restrained and you can sense her anger and frustration too, yet it doesn't hit the right low note. I sincerely hoped Sherni would help establish herself further. We have some seasoned actors too. The self-proclaimed conservationist Sharad Saxena, who plays a proud Pintu Bhaiya, is a master shooter claiming he can look into the eyes of a tiger and figure out if it's a man-eater or not. Has handled the role of a sexist quite well. There is also the overbearing senior played by Neeraj Kabi, who's brought in as extra reinforcement and clearly shows no interest in protecting wildlife and is always surprised by Vincent's honesty. He's okay. Brijendra playing Vidya's senior, portrayed as an absolute cunning, coward, selfish and a corrupt official who has given his fair bit. The background and setup done in his office is very close to realism. One scene at his own office where he's hiding from the local legislators is quite a lovable one. Vijay Raaz is a zoology professor with deep interest in wildlife conservation is good, but doesn't stand apart. He's a mere support for the protagonist. Ila Arun is just okay in her tiny part as the mother-in-law. There are some interesting moments too, like all the males are seen having a joyous time singing and dancing through a night where Vincent is seen eating dinner all alone at home, playing with a kitten at a government accommodation. The majestic life of a jungle and those natural settings are brilliantly encapsulated by the director of photography, and supporting that is good background music, barring one or two loud musical outpours. The night sequences with those echoes, sounds and visuals are outstandingly captured. I found the director and writer quite apprised by the inert situations and how our government officers work, highlighting how Sarkari Naukri works, which has been displayed efficiently. It's evident how writers have done extensive research on the workings of a forest department, but they totally have undermined the fresh storyline with misdoings at the execution level and with extended and repetitive screenplays. It's only towards the end that you must feel deeply involved with what eventually happened and what all can be done. Sherni, though, is an intricately layered story. I was hoping that the movie would engage the audience in unexpected ways. A film that is targeted to be made a bit documentarish or too much relying on great cinematography. At the same time, if it needs to be categorized as a mainstream Bollywood film, it clearly needs some amount of pulse and exhilaration to engage your audiences till the end. More so when it's a 130 minutes long movie. For me, it was clearly just a one time watch. To rate, I give a 2.5. Keep following my channel for more reviews. Bye bye.